Dave, nobody has more confidence in Kenley than you and his teammates. How gratifying was it to be able to see him face the heart of the order and get out of that jam and secure the save?
I was very proud of him, and I actually thought he threw the ball really well. I didn't like the walk, but Machado put a good at bat on him. And that fly ball to center field, AJ just didn't see it off the bat. That's an out, and AJ will say that 99% of the time. So there was a soft grounder that Corey made a nice play on off the bat of Tatis. So the big punch out to Myers and Cronenworth. So I really feel really good about his outing.
He was pretty emotional in his post-game interview, just about wanting to succeed and wanting to bring a championship to this city. How have you seen that emotion either fuel him or hinder him?
It's certainly fueling him. And I think that it's a different, I don't want to just kind of put it on the year itself, but it's just a different year for a lot of people. And I think that Kenley, I know he feeds off the fans, and it's different as a closer, that adrenaline, that emotion. And it's just good to see him tap into it internally to find it somehow and to help us win a baseball game. And the last couple outings, I've been really impressed with the intensity.
How do you explain a guy coming off of the IL that hasn't been in a game since August 28th and getting 3 hits? Justin Turner never seems to miss a beat.
Well, I think the beat is the word. He's just got a great heartbeat. And he just understands what he's trying to do in the batter's box and have an approach, a plan. And his bat-to-ball skills are just really good. So, I knew that we're better certainly once we added him to the lineup tonight, and it showed I didn't think he'd throw out 3 hits. But nothing surprised me with JT. So we're going to continue to monitor him. He'll be in the lineup tomorrow DHing, and, we're in a position to win a series.
With Tony Gonsolin, it seemed like he was incredibly effective with the fastball, the slider. He threw in the curve every once in a while. Are those pitches past the development stage, and is this the best overall body of work you've seen from him so far?
Yeah, I think this is, we've seen some good ones from Tony, but if you're looking at this ball club and the focus that they have, and certainly what's at stake, for Tony to go 7 was really remarkable. The fastball missing bats in the zone, he was going top of the zone to the low bullet, mixing in the slider, the change, worked ahead all night long. So he was in control. It was really good to see.
What's going on with Caleb Ferguson?
So there was an x-ray we took, an ultrasound, and right now nothing is conclusive. So, we're going to get an MRI tomorrow. He's going to in Los Angeles, and we'll know more. So right now we're just going to remain in that hopeful state.
Is it his elbow, his
arm? It was the elbow, and he felt something, but like I said, the test, everything that kind of right now didn't present as a UCL, so we're keeping our fingers crossed for Caleb.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question, Mark Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, with Caleb going to LA, I'm assuming he's going on the IL. Does that make Joe Kelly the guy coming off the,
Well, Joe is already going to be coming off because we were playing a player short because of the suspension.
Okay, but he's going to be activated tomorrow?
Correct.
Okay. And then with Turner, how did he look on the bases to you?
Well, we told him to just put the governor on and be smart. And I think that, it's more of the net of getting him in the lineup, taking at bats to get his timing down as we get to the postseason. As long as we can kind of end with a net positive each day, he'll continue to get better. And that's what happened. So to expect him to leg out a double, that's the cost of us not being able to, that's the cost of us having him in the lineup, and we're completely okay with that.
Thank you.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Dave, as important as this game was for you guys, did you check Tony Gonsolin's pulse, and did he have one?
You know what? I didn't need to, Bill. He came out aggressive tonight, and to see that there was even more in the tank in that seventh, and you can see the great ones, and I'm not putting him in that category quite yet, but he was smelling it. And there were signs of another guy on our staff that you can see that smells it. And he's been fortunate enough to be around that player number 22 for a year and a half and see some things. So tonight was really good to see him.
What does a performance like this tell you about Tony's place in your postseason plans?
Well, he's certainly in the plans. I think that right now, the great thing about us is we have a lot of options with starting pitching. We know Clayton and Walker going to start game 1 and game 2, and then when you're talking about a 3-game series, there's some discussions that need to be had with the rest of the 3 guys. So we're in a good spot.
With Caleb, he's a guy who's already had Tommy John once. Did he describe it to you as being similar to what he felt that time?
I didn't hear that. All I know is that it didn't present as such. So I'm just remaining hopeful.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question is from Ken Gurnick. Go ahead.
Dave, your team has played so well this year, you really haven't been challenged until lately. And after the way last night's game went, how happy were you at the way things progressed today, especially in the early innings, and you bounced right back?
Very pleased, and I think I really liked the focus and the intensity tonight. I thought that we spoiled some pitches, took some borderline pitches down below the zone, and collectively played good defense. Had good at bats, and yeah, we didn't put up a big number on the scoreboard tonight, but I just really thought there were some good things tonight. So, on the heels of what happened last night, for us to rebound and play good, sound baseball was not a surprise, but good to see.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eric.
Dave, back to Gonsolin for a second, or I guess the playoffs with the format as you go on, and there's no off days, at least till the World Series. Are you guys in a unique position, or how do you think that plays out given your roster in terms of like how you can take advantage of that? Yeah,
well, Eric, I think there's a couple off days after the regular season, and once we start the wild card series, there's 3 games, and so you got 3 starters that you're going to deal with, and then we've got a couple of days off there, and then it's 5 in a row. So then we like the format. Now we got to go out there and win baseball games.
Thanks. And then I guess just to clarify, so Ferguson, if he's going back to LA, is he going to be on the injured list then? Is that kind of a given?
We just, nothing's official. We want to get him to take that scan, and then we'll know more then.
Thanks.
Yep.
Next question is from Cary Osborne. Go ahead.
Dave, Tony has gone 6 before, and he's had these games that have been excellent. But to send him out there for the 7th inning, did you kind of want to see how he would react and perform, especially considering the competition and the situation?
Yeah, I think he earned that right. Being efficient, held his stuff. Nothing was compromised. And I wanted to see it. So for him to go out there and continue to get outs, it was really good to see. And that last, I think it was the Cronenworth getting into ground out. I thought that was big for him to complete 7 innings.
Thanks, Dave.
Go ahead, Jack.
Dave, after a couple outings for Kenley last week where the results weren't there, does his demeanor or intensity change at all when he has a couple games like that back to back?
Yeah, you know what? I think that you saw it that other night after the blown save night, coming back in a plus game for us, but just coming back, and you just saw the look in his eye. And then tonight, the way that he picked us up, he really did. And so I thought those 2 nights really were indicative of who he is and who I expect to see going forward.
I mean, what does it tell you that even after that walk, he was able to bring it back in quickly with some well-executed pitches the next couple at bats?
It's just, I mean, I know what he can do. I've seen it. And now the challenge is every time I hand him the baseball to have that same focus and intensity. And, these games are only going to get bigger as we finish the season out and get into the postseason. So I trust him with the baseball.
Thank you.
Thank
Got
you.
time for one more. Go ahead, Kyle.
Hey, Dave, you addressed this a little bit earlier, but just given this postseason format and the emphasis now on having, a deep starting rotation, how encouraging was it to see Tony, a rookie, come out and perform like he did in really a big game?
No, it was great. And you never know until you know and you see it. So, like I said before, we've seen him pitch in big spots, big games, make big pitches. But given the circumstances right now, there was a lot at stake, and I think he realized that, and he picked us up. So to lose a game that we lost the way we lost it, and to come back and be a stopper was really good to see, especially for a young pitcher.
Thank you.
Thank you.